Hey, what's going on, guys? This is going to be a review of King of Trios 2009 from Chikara. I know these reviews are kind of late, but since King of Trios 2010 is right around the corner, I think it is, kind of an appropriate time to do it. So yeah, it was a very, very fun experience to check out all these shows. Chikara has been promoting King of Trios 2010 as the biggest wrestling tournament of the year, and I think they've been doing a beautiful job promoting it on the podcast. So yeah, if you are in the Philadelphia area, try to check out these shows. I think you could go to chikarapro.com and buy your tickets. I think they're about $20, and I'll put a link in the description. Check out kingoftrios.com. They'll give you all the information about who's going to be involved in this tournament coming up. All right, so I don't have a lot of time. It's going to be tough to do all these reviews into one video. So we have King of Trios Night 1. And, this show was not great. Kind of like Bola 2009 Night 1. It's a nice warm-up show to familiarize yourself with all the tag teams. I will say this. The main event was kind of booked poorly. I thought what main event of the show should not have been the main event. So, but let me just talk about some of the teams that are in this tournament. So we had the F.I.S.T family. If you guys seen some of Honor Hammer's reviews, he's reviewed several F.I.S.T shows, so you'll get a chance to see what that promotion is all about. Aries had his team called the Epic War. Then we had the Osirian Portal. We had Team PWG featuring the Young Bucks and El Generico. The Young Bucks made the Chikara debut on the show. We had the Roughnecks featuring Eddie Kingston, Grizzly, Redwood, and Brodie. And then we had Team Uppercut featuring some of the ROH guys like Bryan, Danielson, Claudio, Castagnoli. And then we had Dave Taylor, former WWE guy, as some of you guys might remember. And then we had Team CZW featuring Pinkie Sanchez, actually made his Chikara debut here. I'm a big fan of him. So we had the Soul Touchaz, which was kind of like a hip-hop tag team. Then we had Team F.I.S.T. They played great heels throughout this whole tournament. Then we had Necro Butcher's team called the Deathmatch Kings. The Future Is Now. That's a Chikara tag team. Then we had Team DDT from Japan featuring Kota Ibushi. Ibushi was amazing throughout this whole tournament. Then we had Incoherence featuring Delirious and Hollow Wicked and Frightmare. And then we had Master of 1,000 Holds, my Quackenbush's team featuring Johnny Saint. Johnny Saint is like this very, very old, but he's in phenomenal condition for his age. He's a sight to see, so definitely check him out. And then we had Jorge Rivera is on that team as well. Then we had the Unstable. I'm not a big fan of the Unstable. And the Cold Front featuring Al Snow and D'Lo Brown. Now, this main event of the show, the Unstable, taking on the Cold Front, this went way, way too long. This should not have main event of the show. I understand Al Snow and D'Lo Brown are pretty big attractions, but this went way too long. So, match of the night from night 1 was Osirian Portal versus PWG. That was the match of the night. And, Aries, his team, or his match, he played this wacky heel. It was very, very weird. But it was funny because the next night he went back to playing a heel. But, that wacky face character was really, really fun to watch. But, alright, so next up we have King of Trios Night 2. Chikara fans actually voted this as the best show of the year. It has the best match of the year, but I wouldn't say it was the best show of the year. But yeah, we kind of had like a tournament within a tournament. Some of the guys that lost from night 1 were booked into a Rey de Valladores tournament. I guess that means like Battle of the High Flyers. So the first match of the show was Matt Jackson versus Player Dose versus Austin Aries versus Fire Ant. This is extraordinary. This was this is kind of underrated. It's kind of overshadowed by the other match, but this is very, very fun. Player Dose went over Austin Aries here. The finish was pretty insane. I like this match. Give it 3.5 stars. Great way to start off the show. Then we had F.I.S.T family versus F.I.S.T, which is pretty good. Like I said, F.I.S.T played great heels throughout this whole tournament. This is pretty good. The Lethal Wrestling Alliance showcase match. A lot of people shit in on this match, and with good reason. This probably should have been saved for another show. It's considering this is Chikara's biggest weekend of the year. They probably could have done without this. But, it was pretty bad. And then we have another quarterfinal match featuring the Future Is Now in the Osirian Portal. It was okay. Kind of dragged a little bit. But let's get right down to it. This is the second Rey de Valladores match. We have, this is Chikara's match of the year. People have been raving about this match. El Generico, Jigsaw, Nick Jackson, and Kota Ibushi. 4.5 stars without a doubt. Most people would say this is probably the best match, ever that was under 15 minutes. I think it's very, very possible. It's probably only about maybe 12, 13 minutes, but it was very, very action-packed. I think even most people would say, if it wasn't for David Richards and Shingo, this probably would have been the best non-ROH indie match from last year. So, I think that says a lot right there. So definitely check this out. You know, Kota Ibushi will remind you of just how insanely great he is. Him and Generico just tore it up out there, and you know, just excellent, excellent action. This stole the show, and like I said, probably Chikara's best match from 2009. So, you know, the rest of the show was pretty mediocre. You know, the main event was pretty good. You know, we have a quarterfinal match featuring Team Uppercut and the Master of 1,000 Holds. Great stuff. You know, you get to see Bryan Danielson and Johnny Saint do some chain wrestling, which is very, very interesting. This is like an old school tag team match. You know, went about 33 minutes. It wasn't amazing, but you know, it got really good. You know, Quackenbush and Claudio, great exchanges between them. Quackenbush hit the sick DDT, and then Quack went for a Hurricanrana off the top rope to Claudio. Claudio countered it into the Ricola Bomb. This is an excellent, excellent ending to an excellent match. Great stuff. You know, night 2, you want to check it out for the 4-way match featuring you know, Kota Ibushi and all those guys. Like I said, it's the match of the year. It's a match to see, so definitely check out night 2 for that. I'd probably give night 2 about a solid 8, so probably give it about an 8.0. All right, so I'm going to say night 3 is probably slightly edges night 2 out as the best show from this tournament. So this is King of Trios night 3. Really enjoyed this show from top to bottom. You know, really good stuff. First match, we get the Unstable versus Team Uppercut. Not a big fan of the Unstable, but you know, they looked like they belonged in the ring. They were going to work on Bryan Danielson's knee. And, you know, they legitimately looked like they had a shot at winning this match. But Team Uppercut prevailed and advanced to the finals. So we have the other semifinal match. We have Team F.I.S.T versus The Future Is Now. And this was pretty good. You know, I really enjoyed it. Give it 3 3/4 stars. Saw this on the Chikara sampler DVD. You know, just great action. Future Is Now busted out some great spots in this match. You know, really good stuff. F.I.S.T was playing the heels, but you know, they were extremely over when Omega hit the Omega. I'm sorry, when Chuck Taylor hit the Omega driver. You know, the crowd was going crazy. For whatever reason, the Future Is Now supposed to be baby faces, but you know, just were kind of poorly received by the crowd for whatever reason. I'm not really sure why. So, the other match from the show, we have Arik taking on El Generico. Really impressive stuff here. I thought Arik really impressed me. El Generico surprisingly put him over here. I give this match about 3 1/4 stars. So really good match there. Surprisingly good stuff. Then the tag gauntlet match. You know, we got this tag gauntlet match featuring, you know, some of the teams that lost. You know, just a lot of tag teams regarding for this match. And you know, it's a mixed bag. You know, some good stuff, some stuff is hard to sit through. I wasn't a big fan of the ending. You know, Quackenbush and Jigsaw came out last and they won the whole thing. Didn't really feel like they deserved it, but it was a pretty fun match. Then we had Austin Aries and Eddie Kingston. Kingston cut a great promo. This match was short. You know, they really didn't do too much, but it was fun while it lasted. I think an Aries Kingston feud could be great in ROH. You know, stuff on the mic between them could be phenomenal. So that was good. Next up, we have Player Dos versus Kota Ibushi. This is the finals of the Rey de Valladores. You know, great stuff. You know, Player Dos won his match on night 2, and then Ibushi won his match. So put these two guys together. You know, 2 great high flyers. I thought this was kind of underrated. Now, I know some people gave it a poor rating because it did not go too long, but you know, like I said, you know, while it did last, you know, it was really good stuff. You know, I think Player Dos is a phenomenal wrestler. He was actually voted, I think, by the Chikara fans website, the wrestler of the year. And you know, him and Ibushi just going at it made for a great combination. So these guys could probably do a lot more. You know, the match could have been better if it went longer. But main event, we have F.I.S.T versus Team Uppercut. And this was good. I gave it 3 3/4 stars. I thought it was a little bit too short. You know, kind of on the short side. But you know, the crowd was very into this match. Probably more into this match than any other match from the tournament. You know, they were going to work on Bryan Danielson's knee again. You know, that was pretty much the theme throughout this whole tournament. So yeah, Claudio busted out some cool stuff. He busted out some high flying stuff that he doesn't usually do. But then Chuck Taylor actually had Bryan Danielson in a leg lock, or I'm sorry, a heel lock, and made him tap out. So yeah, F.I.S.T went over in a big way. Crowd seemed to enjoy it, and you know, just a pretty good way to end the tournament. I thought all these shows are pretty fun to watch. So I recommend everyone to check out 2010. You know, so yeah, I had a lot of fun watching these. Everyone check them out. So one more look. Here's King of Trios Night 1, 2009. Night 2, and here's Night 3. And you can pick these up at smartmarkvideo.com, and I'll have all the links All right, right there in the description box. So definitely check it out. All right.